First of all, you have to tip your hat to UCCS. You know, they imposed their system and will on us more than we did them. And you have to give them credit for that. You can't shortchange them. They had a really good game plan. I thought that they had a tremendous system of urgency, and, you know, they made plays all across the board. And we were bailing water all night, but give them credit on that right there. As the game unfolded, we got ourselves backed into a corner, and we had pockets where we fought back and we made it manageable. Mainly at halftime, being down only 4, you know, wasn't the worst thing considering how the game was going. But you have to give Derrick White, you have to give Coach Culver and their whole unit credit. So now that we got that out of the way, this is not a funeral. This is not a funeral as this press conference unfolds right here. This is about us regrouping. This is about us holding our shoulder high. And this is not about letting one defeat, you know, define who we are. Because at the end of the day, we're going to find out who we play on Sunday, and Coach Clark is going to get busy that moment for that game plan to get ready for that opponent. And I will have a game plan in place on Monday, and, you know, we're not in too bad a shape. We're going to play basketball. We're going to be one of 64 teams that continues to compete. That's pretty much I can say for certain right there. So, again, it's like I teach my kids, and they're 6 years old, but they're not too early to know this right here, is that, you know, there's 2 outcomes in a game. There's winning and losing. They're one and the same, and you have to be able to deal with it. So when we lose, we don't like the feeling because it doesn't happen a whole lot to us, especially in that manner right there. But you know what? Part of seeing what your character is growing is, can you deal with this moment right here? So it's not like we were playing with the house's money. We wanted dearly to win a RMAC title tonight. It didn't happen for us. Our dream got killed a little bit. But, again, can you deal with losing? Can you get back on your feet? And can you keep the train rolling? That's what this thing's about.
Coach, Derrick White had much improved offensive performance from last week's game tonight. What was the difference in defensive game plan tonight?
There wasn't much difference in the defensive game plans. I just thought he created space tonight. I just thought at times, you know, we played him in between at times. And our game plan was always for him to see 2. I don't know if we executed to that to the fullest point. But as the head coach, you have to take the fault for that first and foremost. I'm at the front of the lines right there. So, you know, I have to do a better job if ever we face them again this year in putting a better game plan together. But I don't, you know, he just made some great plays. You have to give him credit. And then at times, I'm not sure we played him the right way as well, too. You know, but that falls on my shoulders, and, you know, I have to go look at the film, and I have to figure out a way where I fell short on that.
Coach, you guys got rebounded by 9. Do you think that was one contribution to the outcome in this game?
Oh, sure it was, because we hang our hat on defensive rebounding, and in order for you to be a championship team, you can't be on the negative side of rebounding. And, you know, we talked about that, and we knew that. And I thought they beat us to some balls that were 50-50, where we both had chances at those balls. And that seemed to be a pattern early in the game. And I'm not sure if we ever really reversed that. I didn't think we worked as hard as we needed to work on offensive rebounding because we missed shots. You know, so, again, I told you that they imposed their will on us, and that was one area that we came up short.
Coach, talk about the zone defense from UCCS, because especially with Nicholas, as soon as he got the ball, it was swarm. How was it trying to combat?
You know, Coach Clark has to do a better job and give us more stuff against the zone. You know, I didn't give us enough bullets to fire with against that zone. And but that's part of growing and continuing to try and be a good coach on it. You know, it was a pretty good game plan by them. You know, I thought that when they got the lead, they said, hey, let's go to a zone. They had nothing to lose on it. And, you know, it's like anything, man. If you find something that works, you're going to stay in it. You know, had we scored a couple baskets early against it, they might have jumped out of it, you know. I didn't do a great job of giving us enough spacing and getting us aggressive against that zone. You know, so that's just something you chalk up and you figure out how to make it better next time.
Coach, you're only down by 4 at halftime, but they got out to they got out to double figures early in that second half. What was your message in that first initial timeout?
Well, I told them, you know, quite frankly, it was slipping. It was slipping through our hands. You know, it went from 4 to 9, I believe it is, and you know, it was our inability to get a couple buckets. You know, when you don't score, it puts so much pressure on you offensively because, one, they're a transition team. You know, so when they get defensive rebounds, they're much like us. They put a lot of pressure on you to get back and defend, and it's deflating when you don't score a couple times in a row. And but you know, we're trained to play through those moments and continue to defend. You know, and it just didn't happen tonight.
And Coach, you guys produced 13 turnovers, and they had 9, but they still scored 19 points off the turnovers. Was there something that they was doing? Because you guys probably could have scored some more points off the turnovers.
Yeah, I just think that we had more live ball turnovers, which are hard to defend. You know, when you throw the ball cross court and they steal those kind of turnovers, those are very difficult to defend. You know, so sometimes the ball bounces like that. It's a funny game. Stats don't always make sense on that, but I wouldn't make too much of it.
Mitch, as Coach mentioned, obviously you guys aren't going to be able to head into the NCAA tournament without that championship under your belt as you have the last 2 years. What's the message you guys think your guys' team needs to live off heading now into the NCAA tournament?
Well, Coach said after the game, you know, they just did what they do better than what we do, and I think we need to get back to that. You know, we make a living off defense, and I just think personally they got too many easy baskets tonight, and that's you know, that starts with me, and it starts with everybody. So we just have to grind in as a team, and you know, wherever the regional is, and whoever our opponent is, and we have to get back to playing Metro basketball.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank